What's going on, my YouTube friends and family? If it ever crossed your mind about investing, or if you're looking for a passive way to invest your money, then you need to watch this video. Today, I'm enjoying a nice cold beer as we review the Acorns app. So let's get started. This is a brown ale beer, and let's see the taste. If you ever try like a red ale, this is exactly what it tastes. It's kind of toasty flavor. It has like a scent of almonds, I guess. Let me see. Does it have almonds? Walnuts and almonds. And it's not bitter at all. So I highly recommend for those of you that don't like the hoppiness and the bitterness, this is an excellent beer. Thank you for taking your time and joining me today. My name is Joe. So I wanted to do this video for the new investors, so for those people that are edgy about investing, as well as for those individuals that want to have an investment type that you can just sort of set it and forget it. Acorn is an app available for both the iPhone and the Android devices. I have my iPhone with me, so today we're gonna take a look at my Acorns app in here, my Acorns account, and we're gonna go over the features. This is gonna be a comprehensive, we're gonna go to all of the different features, and if you think that I missed something, post it in the comments and I will gladly go back and I'll reply to your comment. So let's open it up and let's see if this works. Give me 1 second. So initially when you start the app, it's gonna go into your present. And in your present, it gives you your homepage, you can call it your homepage. So invest for the future, later starts today, or spend smarter. I have not used later starts today, but this is if you want to invest, like in a Roth IRA or have a long-term investment, where you're saving for your retirement. The app will create an age-based portfolio, and any money that goes in there, it will, depending on the age and the questions that they ask you initially, like about if you're married, you're planning of retirement age and all of that. They create a portfolio for you. I really don't use that, so we're gonna go more into invest for your future right now. So here in invest for your future, you have your roundups, your one time, and you withdraw. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is the portfolio. So the portfolio, you get 5 to choose from, and you can always go back and select a different portfolio. So it starts from conservative, which this is a very conservative, very safe, type of portfolio that mostly invests in exchange traded funds or ETFs that are government bonds, short-term bonds. So it takes a lot of the risk out. Moderately conservative, a little bit more riskier, and from there you have the moderate, which starts to invest in more type of risk, type of activities. Moderately aggressive, and then aggressive. I always like to use an aggressive. I like to leave it in aggressive because aggressive is not really that aggressive for me. But if you want to see that your money does not go into the red as much, then you can start with a conservative, just so you can see how much you can grow in a couple of months, and then switch it around, just see which one fits better for you and your profile. The 5 different portfolios that you see here are composed of exchange traded funds, or ETFs for short. And an ETF, what it is just a broad holding of stocks and bonds. They're all put together into one portfolio. So you're gonna be investing in a mix of companies, markets, real estates, and bonds. So your portfolio can include a mixture of the following ETFs. So it can be like a large company stock, corporate bond, real estate, emerging market, developed market, small company, and large company. Which is very good because right now to buy one of those ETFs, for example, a large company ETF today is about $304. So unless if you have $304, you can invest in one of those ETFs. But instead with Acorns, you can start with as little as $5, and you have 5 of those ETFs already working for you. So you're not gonna grow as fast as buying one share, from one of those ETFs. Nonetheless, though, remember that this is a long-term investment, and the more money that you put to invest, the more money you're gonna make. Let's go into our roundups. This is where everything happens. So the roundups, what it is simply digital change. Every time you purchase something and use one of your cards that is linked to your app, it's gonna round up the change to the nearest dollar. Once your roundup hits $5, then that gets transferred into your Acorns account and it gets invested. So let's go into the settings so you can see I'm already here in the settings. So I have it set to automatic. You can turn it off if you want, but it's better to have that automatically. This way, every time it accumulates $5, it goes right into investing that money. Otherwise, it would have to come here, and then you will have the option to invest the money every time you hit $5, $5, $5. So I just leave it as automatic. When it hits 5, it gets reinvested. You also have a few multipliers here. You can activate it and you can multiply it by 2. For example, if my roundup was 50 cents, now it's gonna be $1, or by 3, $1.50, or by 10, which is gonna be $5. So depending on how much money you're willing to save, then you can add the multiplier. I have mine as off. And the whole dollar roundup, simply what it means is that if you buy something that it was an even amount, for example, 5, if I have it at $1, then it's gonna round it up to the next dollar. So in my case, if I buy something for $5, $1 is gonna get invested. If you have it at 50 cents, then if it was $5, then 50 cents is gonna be invested. And here's where you can link your cards. I have one card linked. It's very simple to link your cards. I can unlink it if I want. I can add another card simply by going here. I find my bank. So if I have US Bank, and it's going to ask you for your personal ID and password, and it links it right away. Let's go back and let's look at recurring investment. Your recurring investment is what you're willing to put each month, or you can have a daily investment, you can have a weekly investment. Mine is monthly, and I have it on the 16th, and I'm putting away $50. $50 for me is not that much. I don't feel it as much. I just think of, it's 5 times that I'm not gonna go outside and get the burger or get the salad, or maybe buy a couple of cases of this brown ale. So whatever you can afford, start putting some money away. 20, 25, $5. The minimum investment is $5. After that, you can put as much money as you have available to invest. Performance. On the performance, you can see how much money you have gained or how much money you have lost, depending on the day in that investment. It's very important to understand that making money is just like any other investment. Is not guaranteed, and it's possible, very possible, that initially you lose some of the investment, some of your equity. But this is, once again, this is long-term investment, and you are going to see some gains, unless if we have another market crash, which is nobody can really tell when it's going to happen. If it's going to happen, we know that at some point it's going to come. You don't know when, so might as well start investing and get something more for your money. So as you can see, let me go into my performance detail. So right now I just restarted this up again. I only have $51.84. But if I go back in time, if I'm sliding my finger, I started around February 21st with $0. That's when I opened my account, and then I did put a hefty deposit of $1,000 because I wanted to make this money grow. I had another idea in mind that I wanted to get at least $2,000 saved up so I can invest, so I can make other type of investments basically. So once I hit the $2,000 at 284 November 7th, that's when I withdraw the money, and your money is available at any time that you want. It just took about for me 5 to 6 days, to see that money back into my bank account. So for me, during that time, I gained a little bit over more than 5%. So that 5% was equal to $107.74. So I went ahead and I did some calculations, and let's say that I had those $2,000 in a savings account. So going into the savings account, the average savings account, as you can see, is less than 1%. This one here, Capital One Savings, pays you 1%. So I did the savings at 1%. So I've had those $2,000 at 1% annual rate, and it's paying me annually, and I'm not putting any more additional money. So my amount saved will be $2,000.20. Just with those $2,000. If I put that money in a savings account, if I leave it there for 12 months. If I go back to the Acorns app, you can see from January, when I started, all the way to November, that's when I took out the money, I earned $107. So it's easily $87 more than what I would have gotten if I had left those $2,000 in the bank account. And if I slide over, here you can see that all the dividends that I got from the different companies. So I got all the international large company stocks was $10. Large company stocks $20, small company stocks $10, emerging stocks 5, and then real estate 5. Percentage, you can see that percentage that I got from each one. So definitely the large company stocks pay more, but there's more risk involved in it. And then the shares, those are all the shares that I had. So I had in the large company stocks, I had 0.25 shares, so not even a complete share. When I look at the large company stock, it was $304, today. So I didn't even make a whole share, but 0.25 of the share was able to get me $10.30. Scrolling down, the last 30 days, I just restarted this again, so I only have $50 here. You can make your one-time deposit from here again, so I don't need to go all the way to the top, and I don't need to go into, the one-time of withdrawal. I can make it from here. I can do my roundup multiplier as well. This is what I have so far in my roundups. I have $1.32. So as soon as I hit the $5, this is gonna be reinvested into my account. And this is just some of my roundups that I have coming in. The other, let's go into Grow Your Knowledge here. Grow Your Knowledge is basically articles, different topics that you can study, blogs and how-tos that is included on the website for you to basically grow your knowledge and learn more about investments. I like this part because I have found very useful articles on how to save more, on how to decrease your debt. So if you have a lot of debts, there's a lot of good articles, that talk to you, that explain different ways that you can decrease, the debt. So there's a lot of useful information here. The earn money. So earn found money. The earn found money, what it is they partner up. Acorns partner up with different companies, and those companies will pay you a percentage of your purchase. So that percentage gets invested into your account. For example, one of the ones that I always use is Chevron, and you can see that every time I put gas using my card on one of the Chevron places, I was able to get 25 cents back. And you might think that's not a lot, but I mean, look at it this way. I need gas, and I drive a lot, so $4, to get it reinvested back into my account. Why not? Who's gonna give you $4? Remember that we're talking about little acorns that eventually is gonna go into this huge oak tree. So what are some of the pros and cons? I did not mention, but I do have to tell you that they do charge $1 to maintain your account, and $1 is not a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot. However, if your account, let's say that you have $5, $10, and then keep growing that investment. So if you have $10, the first month they're gonna charge you $1, you're gonna end up with $9. So you can see that it gets to be kind of expensive if you don't start growing your account. Now, once you get into the hundreds, not even thousands, into the hundreds, that $1 is actually significant change because you're gonna be earning more in your in profits, than the $1. And for students, what I like about is that for students, there's no fee. So if you are a university student or if you're going to a college, as long as you have an EDU email account, then you can use that to open your Acorns account, and you have to have your status as a student, under work employment. Student, you get 4 years after the date that you open your account, and all of those 4 years is basically maintenance free, so you don't have to pay the dollars, which is a huge advantage, especially when you start working with that extra change, spare change that you have, because it takes some time to kind of grow the change. The cashback I definitely like, so even though it's not much, when you look at 1% or Audible or like eBay 1%, but if you are using this online platforms to purchase from, then why not get that little bit of money back so you can start growing your account. The educational content that is there, is definitely under Grow Your Knowledge, is definitely something that I truly enjoy because I found tons of educational articles there that I like reading, and they were very informative. The cons, like I said, it might be the $1 that they charge to keep up your account. If you don't have a large account, then yeah, the $1 can definitely put you back. So my experience overall with the Acorns app, for me, was a great way to learn about investing and getting just my feet wet and and understanding a little bit more about investing. because before I used the Acorns app, I had no investment account other than what I get from my work, from my personal work. I have a 401k plan, and that's the only thing that I had. But that's something that you just know that they're taking some money away from you, and you don't even know what they're putting it on. The interface is definitely, you can see it's very simple to maneuver and use. You only have to set, one or two buttons, like, it's definitely set your roundups. If you're gonna have your recurring investment, set it. And monthly, they're gonna be taking, or weekly, depending on how you set it up, they're gonna be taking the money from your account and they're gonna be investing your change into your account. So it's very simple. The graphs, they're easy to understand, and you don't need to know exactly what the ETF is and what it is and how it's doing, because at this point in time and initially, you're gonna be owning less than a whole share of that ETF. But as the more that you get into the app, the more knowledge you're gonna get, and the more you want to know about those ETFs. And maybe at some point in time, just like I did, you're also gonna be venturing outside Acorns and going into maybe Robinhood or Ameritrade and start buying those ETFs yourself, so you can continue to monitor and save your money and see your growth. And definitely, I like the way that you can contribute, to the app. I really like the way of, just getting my change invested, because a lot of the times, I was paying with cash, and like I said, that change ended up in my car someplace, or I put it in a jar, and then I would take it to the bank, and then the bank would charge me like 8%, just to count the change and to deposit the change into my account. So I was giving the bank some money out of that spare change, and now I know that everything is going back into the app, and the app is investing that money for me. So there you go. This is not the only way that you can invest, but it's a great startup for those that have wanting to invest in something, other than if you have already an investment plan, retirement plan at your work. And even though if you're a seasoned investor, and I know that some of you that are, doing already, large investments, this might not be, one of your priorities, but nonetheless, you have to do something with the change. Why not, might as well just invest it in Acorns. If you have any more questions or comments regarding the app, please leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. This way we can grow together and learn more. And don't forget, if you're gonna drink, drink responsibly. Salud, mis amigos.